Hey guys, it's Andy. I am back. I'm sorry about missing last week's video. I know that I said they'd be weekly videos, but I am apparently a bad YouTuber. I'm trying my best here. Every week so far, I don't know why I said that. This is why I can't do weekly videos. Every week so far, I have promised to do something different with the channel, and then the way that I've delivered in quote-unquote doing something different is just doing Q&A videos every week, and that's because I like Q&A videos. But this week, I'm going to do something slightly different, which is to answer one question, which is the question that I get asked the most on all of these videos that I've done so far, which is not like a magical, which is what is happening with the Black Veil Bride's record, The Phantom Tomorrow, and I want to answer that today. So yeah, the question that I get asked the most is what's going on with the record, when's it coming out? People have responded well to Scarlet Cross, but when's the album coming out? So I want to give you a little bit of a backstory on that and kind of tell you what I can tell you, and I can't give you the release date right now, but I can talk to you about the general thing. It's very weird I'm making a video that's going to be so vague, but I want to talk to you about it because I'm in this green room, and this is what I want to talk about. So we started recording the record just before the pandemic really started. We had planned on going on tour all of 2020, and obviously, circumstances being what they were, those tours got postponed, and we didn't know what was going to happen. Instead of going on tour and working on the record in bits and pieces when we were home, we now had this whole runway of essentially a year to complete the album. So we went in with producer Eric Ron, and as soon as it was safe to do so, we started recording, and we kind of built it up. The people have asked the most about what is the kind of concept behind The Phantom Tomorrow in these questions, so when the questions that have been submitted. So I wanted to get into that a little bit. So it is a concept record as such. It is an original story that I developed the kind of origins for the story before the pandemic started. I had developed this character called the Blackbird, which you guys have seen in the Scarlet Cross video. You've seen him walking around and helping save a member of what we call the Phantom Tomorrow. But I want to give a little bit of detail onto all those different things. So in the Scarlet Cross video, you see a young girl running by named Scarlet, and for our purposes, she is a member of what is called the Phantom Tomorrow. The Phantom Tomorrow is this kind of underground organization of people who are essentially outcasted from society, not dissimilar to the Wild Ones in Wretched and Divine, but in this case, this is more of just a survival situation. There is no current war going on. This is just, there is a class structure, and many people live outside of the kind of realm of what society finds acceptable, and so they have created their own society. There's a lot of utilization of like religious imagery and iconography, and they've adopted that as kind of their own branding versus what is kind of seen as the status quo of the society in the city. And so the Blackbird is this character who is in many ways seen by the people in the Phantom Tomorrow as almost like maybe doesn't even exist. It's like a mythical character. Some people have seen this character, some people haven't. Some people believe it's real, some people don't. And so it's this kind of modern myth that goes on throughout the Phantom Tomorrow, and they talk about this Blackbird character. So Blackbird is said to be a former member of the Phantom Tomorrow, or comes from the place that they come from, and it's unclear as to whether that is true or not. That all unfolds through the course of the comic book series that we're going to be coming out with. But on the record, the story essentially runs from the realization that there's this character, people putting all their hopes and dreams in this character, and then the kind of inevitable fall from grace that anybody has when they put their heroes on a pedestal, to the degree where you sort of create an ulterior version of them that is either true or not. And then the realization that comes from knowing that maybe you had the strength within yourself all along, and you don't need to put people on this kind of pedestal of idolization. And so the story is more about heroes and what is a hero, what makes up a person who's a hero, whether it's something that we create and put on someone else, or whether somebody else has those traits and it's something that we see reflected in ourselves. So the story kind of runs through that way, and yeah, that's kind of the through line of the record. The Blackbird character is, again, something that we're going to be developing further. There is a comic book series that we're going to be doing. There's just a lot of cool shit coming, and I'm really excited to share all of it with you guys. As far as the record itself goes, the band is in just a tremendous place. We are having so much fun, and this has been, I've said it before in interviews and stuff, but this has been the most fun we've ever had making a record. In terms of synchronicity, just as a band, we're so proud of this album, and we just can't wait for everybody to hear it. And musically, I just think it's the best. And I know that sounds, obviously I have a pretty obvious bias, but I know that everybody says that their new thing is better than anything else, but I genuinely think this is one of the best things we've ever done, and I can't wait for you guys to hear everything else. And that gets to the point that I want to make, which is that to answer your question of when is it coming and all that stuff, very, very soon you will hear another song, and then soon after that you will be able to see the album cover and pre-order the record and all of that, and then the release date and all those other things. So I can't give you exact dates, but sooner than you think you will be hearing another song and seeing the album cover and the artwork and all the other stuff that'll unfold. But I wanted to give you a little bit of backstory on what the story of the record is. There's a lot more than what I'm saying here, but that's kind of a primer, and you can kind of start to watch the Scarlet Cross video and start to understand some of the parts a little bit more. The videos for this record cycle, the music videos, will be a continuation of each story, so the next video will kind of pick up where Scarlet Cross left off, and hopefully you guys are enjoying that and can find the little Easter eggs that are in the video. What my question here is for you guys, and you can leave it in the comments of this, when you watch the Scarlet Cross video, what are the things that you were curious about or want to know more about, and what are the things that you think you found that are Easter eggs? And then the question that I will ask this week is, can you predict what is going to happen next to Scarlet, the Blackbird, and our bad guys, which I will not name yet because that's revealed later. But what happens next? Where does it go from here in the next part of the story? And also, are you excited about the record? What do you want this record to be? If you could describe sonically what you'd like to hear this new Black Veil record as, what do you want? I mean, it's already done, so it's not going to change anything, but I'm curious what you guys are thinking about it. I can't thank you enough for the incredible support we've had so far on this record cycle, and we haven't even really gotten into it yet. Just one song out there, and there's just so much to come. We're so excited, everybody in the band's so thrilled, and there's a lot of shit coming, including performances and just everything. Obviously, I mean, we would love to be able to tour. Not a possibility right now, so we're doing everything we can to maximize the opportunity and make sure that we can get out there for you guys in some way, whether it's digitally or through things like this or whatever it is. So we will be doing a lot more coming up, and yeah, this week I just wanted to talk about Black Veil, so hopefully that's okay with you guys.